What is up, everybody? It's your boy Doody back again with another video, and this video we're going to be taking a look at our boy DSP's late night stream during the unrecorded bag segment where Phil dropped a very interesting comment. And this is the first time I've actually heard him say these words. Now, he's hinted for every so often whenever the kick support is slow. You know, he puts out those little minor veil threats about, hey, if you like the content on Kick, if you like me streaming on Kick, support. You know, the typical nonsense Phil does, just like he does with his games, where, you know, he threatens to wage quit the games if support isn't there. So occasionally he's done that with Kick, and I thought, he's just talking out of his ass. No way he's going to give up the Kick streams. They've been pretty lucrative for him in the past. Even though that's dried up, and I have some statistics to show how dry the Kick support has been. It's been like that for a couple weeks. And I noticed that he actually said those words. He actually said, you know, I might wage quit Kick. Like, he said it was a very veiled comment that he said. He essentially said, oh, I don't know if it's worth it, kind of thing. And I find that interesting, being the fact that he wasted $8,000 just to be able to multi-stream on Kick and YouTube on various bit rates, because that matters. And, you know, he put a huge commitment and investment into doing these multi-streams, and if it's not paying off, just like everything else, Phil is ready to wage quit it. This just goes along the lines of many other ventures Phil did, like DSP Reacts, DSP Shorts, DSP Throwback, potentially DSP Politics now that that's fucking dried up. Long form content, short form content, the weekly clip show. You know, whenever support dries up for those things, Phil just wage quits them. I mean, he has a history of it. And Kick might be the next one. So let's watch this clip. It's a very short clip. It's about a minute long. He then recovered later on. Like, I don't have that portion. He recovers where he goes, no, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. But of course, with Phil, what his modus operandum typically is that he starts dropping breadcrumbs early on. Like, he'll start mentioning things. And it'll be very innocuous comments where you may not pick that up if you don't pay close attention. And he typically does it on segments like this that are not recorded, not public. They simply are on his private streams, right? So he won't make it public, but he can claim, I said it before. I told you guys that if you guys didn't support, I was going to wage quit it. You know, that he does those numbers. Now, right here, again, he did it very veiledly, you know, and then I think he caught himself and he cleaned it up. But again, like I said, these are one of these things where he starts to drop these breadcrumbs to get a feel how people feel about it. And then eventually he'll move forward with either threatening to wage quit to see if support comes in or actually wage quitting it. So let's watch this comment and yeah.
So, okay, Spawnkiller for the super chat. The Indiana Jones games get a lot better. All right, well, I'm glad to hear that. Again, I wasn't disliking it last time. Honestly. I'm glad to hear that it's going to get better. What I have distinctly noticed is very simple. I'm really not getting much support on the Kick side anymore. Did you notice that? Like, I actually looked at my stats. Okay, and I'm not even kidding. Like, on Kick, at this point, I've gotten, like, every day, at the most, I'm getting, like, maybe 5 subs over there. Today, so far, I have 1 sub on Kick. So, what happened was, initially, when I started streaming on Kick, there was a lot of interest. And now, I guess, for whatever reason, either the interest waned or the people who were supportive just aren't supporting this one. That's what's going on, because I was noticing, looking like, why exactly are we not hitting $150 a stream? That's literally it. Like, I was getting a ton of gifted subs and they're just gone now. So I don't know what to say about that. I don't really know if it's beneficial for me to be co-streaming these gameplay streams at this point. I'm not sure.
All right there, folks. You notice how he just dropped that little hint. Oh, I don't know if it'll be worth doing these co-op streams. Well, first of all, it's not costing you anything, Phil, because you already plonked down the money. You already wasted the $8,000 to be able to multi-stream, so it doesn't matter whether you do it or not. I mean, what does it do? It takes you an additional setup of a stream on Kick, and that's it. Because when you kick off your streams, it automatically kicks off, and you really don't need to do anything. Is it not worth it having to monitor two chats? Is that where the difficulty comes? It doesn't make any sense for you not to stream on Kick. The only reason why you wouldn't want to stream on Kick is because you're lazy. There's no extra real effort that you're doing for Kick. Like, this was the reason why he convinced his dents that he was going to spend all of this money so that he can be able to multi-stream, right? And have a rig or a PC set up where he can do 4K or 1440p on YouTube and then do 1080p 60 FPS on Kick. He couldn't do it with his existing setup, so he needed to buy all of this shit so he could do it. So is he saying now that, oh, I just realized that it's not worth it? Again, Phil, you never fucking plan anything out. Like, do you really think, I mean, would I invest $8,000 on something if I knew there wasn't going to be a payout? Like, literally, if I have an idea for something, I'll give you guys one example. Right now, I'm actually looking into building out some figures for my viewers. The Gout Boy mug, right? And the Doody mug. And I'm looking into it. I'm trying to price it. I'm trying to see what it would cost me. I'm trying to see if I can get production done. And I'm telling you right now, if it's going to cost me hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do, I may not do it because I'm not going to pump that time and investment into something that just isn't, frankly, worth it. Now, if it's reasonable and, you know, it just takes a little bit of effort on my part to get it done, then yeah, I'm going to do it because I'm going to put that effort and time for my viewers and supporters and so on, right? But again, there's that dollar threshold. You should do a cost-benefit analysis. Is the cost worth the benefit? Like, are you going to benefit? Like, are you going to spend X amount? You know, you're a business major, brother. You went to college. You got a finance degree. This is shit that you should know. And why didn't you decide to do this with the Kick? Like, why didn't you really take a deep look at your analytics for Kick to see, okay, I tell you, I know why it was. Because he was hoping that eventually he'll be able to get that 100 viewer average so that he can get paid hourly. That was the point. And he's not going to get that. Like, he's averaging literally 20 or 30 people watching his streams. There's no way he's ever going to hit that 100 viewer mark. It's just not going to happen. So he's seeing that he's getting like 1 to 2 members a stream, and then every so often someone will come in and drop the 5 sub bomb, and that's all he's getting. And he's looking at that in the negative. He's saying, well, if I'm only making $30 or $40 on Kick, then it isn't worth me doing. Phil, that's $30-$40 that you're going to get on top of what you're currently doing on YouTube. It's not taking away from your YouTube money or sponsorships or anything. I don't understand the mindset. Like, you really think that if you stop streaming on Kick, those people that are watching on Kick are going to come to YouTube and support you on YouTube? I don't think so. There's a point why they're on Kick. They like watching Kick. They like watching you on Kick, and they like the emotes and all that. They're not going to come to YouTube. 1 or 2 might, but the vast majority won't. And the other thing, Phil, is, yeah, you knew this. Like, I don't understand why you can't have forethought on this. Like, did you really think that the whales were going to stick around forever? Did you really think you were going to get another 1 Minute Man in Darkside Pimp, and he was going to be gifting you 10, 20 subs every stream? It's just not possible. It's not financially possible for anyone to do that. Like, occasionally you'll find that fucking whale, like 1 Minute Man or OIC, but those are rare. Those are rare, Phil. They don't come that often. And yes, they stick around for a while, but even they eventually leave. Like 1 Minute Man did this year. You will eventually do something to piss them off, and they'll leave. So why didn't you calculate that in your thought process when you were making the determination whether you should spend all this money to kick on, to stream on Kick? At this point now, even if you're getting 1 to 2 subs on Kick per stream, that's $5 to $10 that can offset the money that you wasted on your PC setup. Honestly, it is. So again, it's not like you're paying for a server or you're paying for like a streaming service. You're not doing any of that, Phil. You're doing it for free. It doesn't cost anything to multi-stream. So I don't understand what this thought process now of is it even worth it? So again, this is Phil dropping the breadcrumb, putting out hints. What we'll probably see next is Phil actually saying, well, I might cut back, or if I don't get support, do the whole threaten the wage break. Treat the Kick streams like he did the Wulong playthrough. Keep threatening them, and hopefully that they keep supporting. He might just do that, and it's just a threat. He might do that, or You know, he literally is lazy to the point where he figures this isn't worth my time. 30 and 40 bucks a stream isn't worth it. I'd rather just do what I was doing on YouTube. And that might happen. I mean, if I were Phil, I would stream on Rumble, on Kick, on Twitter, and YouTube at the same time. You open up yourself to potential viewerships, different viewerships, and you never know. Big streamers do that shit all the time. You look at people like what's that big political guy? I forgot his name. He streams on Rumble, Kick, YouTube, everywhere, all the platforms. The guy that interviewed Phil, I can't think of his name. If you remember his name, drop his name in the chat. He was the one that gave Phil that softball. The quartering, there you go. The quartering streams on multiple platforms. And on, you know, let's say YouTube, he makes whatever, 10,000 a month. On Rumble, he might make 1,500. And, you know, but it all adds up. Anyway, what I want to do is I want to show you guys. So I finally updated my spreadsheet with all of the county information. And here are the 2024 numbers. So we have tips, super chats, memberships, the kick subs, and then the total dollar amount. And what I started doing was I don't track the subs by how many are gifted. I do the dollar amount. So as you can see here, you know, Phil, this is okay. Let's go all the way back real quick to August. So if you look at August when the Renaissance occurred, Phil was making bank. He was making bank on YouTube. I mean, literally, he made what did he make? He made let's see, for the month of August, Phil made $16,000. For September, he made $10,000. For October, he made $10,000, but that's when he started doing kick streams. But on YouTube, he made $6,452, and he made $4,377 on Kick. Now, these are tips, super chats, memberships, everything. So he made a little bit more in October than he did in September, right? But then we go to November, and we see a steep decline. So you see a steep decline where he lost half of the money he was making on Kick. So he went from $4,377 to $2,670. And his total income is now about $8,000. So he's still above what he was making previously, the Kino arc, but it's dropping. Now we look at December. December is just as bad. December got worse. So if you just look at the first amount of September here, so from 12/1 to 12/6, I don't have the other totals, but I'll tell you right now, from 12/8 to today, super slow. You're talking about like one member, one kick sub. It's not great. But as you can see here, like he's way below his average where he should be. So I mean, we're talking about like 50 bucks in kick subs. That's 10 subs for the day. And then on 12/5, 35, that's 7 he got. And then on 12/4 he didn't stream. On 12/3 he got 35 bucks, which is 7 more subs. And then on 12/1 he got 60 bucks, which was 12 subs. And then on 12/1 he got 40 bucks, which is 8 subs. The 12/8, 12/9, 12/10, I don't think he may have gotten like 1. So again, it's just dipping, and he's seeing that. He's finally realizing that the money train, the money buff is up and over. It's just done. So this is going to continue into January. DSP politics won't save the business. 4K streaming isn't going to save the business. Unless he gets some other whales coming in and propping up Kick, he's screwed. That's why he was out begging last night, Kino Casino, asking people to come watch his content on Kick. Anyway, folks, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace out.